Some condos in Langley could be a ticking time bomb, not because they're bad homes, but because buyers miss the little things that have big ripple effects later. I'm not here to be dramatic or scare you away from condos. Langley actually has some amazing buildings and neighborhoods. But if you don't know what to look out for, even a good unit in a good building can come with surprises you weren't expecting. The whole point of this video is pretty simple: to help you avoid the handful of problems that can hurt you down the road, financially and lifestyle wise. Because I see this consistently. People walk into a bright, nice looking unit, the staging is perfect, the photos online made it look like a dream, and they assume everything else behind the scenes is fine. But the truth is, the things that make or break your experience are almost never visible during the showing. It's not the countertops, it's not the flooring, and it's not the open concept layout. It's the bylaws, it's the financials, it's the way the building is run, it's the area around the building, it's the future development that's about to pop up across the street, all the stuff you don't see on Instagram. So today I want to break down the 5 condo situations in Langley that could create problems for you if you're not looking closely. I'm telling you to avoid these buildings at all costs. I'm telling you to go in educated. So if something doesn't feel right, you can walk away confidently. So let's dive in. Number 1 is condos in high crime micro areas. This doesn't mean Langley is unsafe. It's not. There are neighborhoods in Langley that are some of the best places to live in the entire Fraser Valley. They're safe, they're quiet, they're family friendly, and have very high resale value. But just like any city, Langley has pockets, micro areas where crime is higher. And this is where people get caught off guard. They see a brand new building, beautiful lobby, great photos, and they think the area must match the building. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it really doesn't. According to the most recent Statistics Canada data, Langley's total crime rate is roughly 12,986 incidents per 100,000 people, and about 200% higher than the national average. Violent crime is 131% higher, and property crime is 233% higher. Doesn't mean you should avoid Langley. It means you need to understand which pockets perform well long term and which ones struggle, because safety influences quality of life, rental demand, resale demand, and long-term equity growth. For example, a buyer might love a unit, but if the area has a reputation for break-ins or disturbances, resale can become tougher, even if the unit itself is perfect. So here's what I always tell clients. Don't just look at the building, look at the street, the block, the surrounding businesses, and what's actually happening after 8 p.m. You can visit the area at night, drive through on a Friday or a Saturday, check RCMP crime maps, look at community groups. A lot of locals will tell you the truth instantly. Also, check what's planned for the surrounding street. These small steps can save you a massive headache later. And if you're not sure which Langley neighborhoods perform best long term, you can reach out. I'll walk you through the ones I'd personally buy in and which ones I wouldn't. Number 2 is condos with weak or unbalanced strata financials. This one isn't scary, it's just something people rarely think about. You're not just buying a unit, you're buying into the financial health of an entire building. And a lot of people don't realize how much it actually affects your budget, your monthly payments, and your resale value. Here are the big 3 to look at. A is a Contingency Reserve Fund. This is basically the building's savings account. If it's healthy and well managed, it's great, you're protected. If it's low and the building needs major repair, the owners get hit with what's called a special levy. That could be 1,000, could be 5,000, could be 20,000, and special levies are not uncommon, but frequent levies are a sign the building isn't planning ahead very well. You want a building that anticipates problems before they happen. B is strata fees that don't match the amenities. If a building has a full gym, clubhouse, pool, rooftop patio, then sure, strata fees will naturally be higher. But if the building has no amenities, no gym, no pool, no caretaker, and the fees are still sky high, that's usually a sign of mismanagement or inefficient spending. High fees aren't always bad, but unjustified fees usually are. C is a history of special assessment. If the building has had multiple special levies in a short period of time, especially for major items, that's something you should pay attention to. It doesn't mean the building is bad, but it does mean you need to understand what's coming next. Some buildings are older, but extremely well managed, and some newer buildings are already having issues. Only way to know is to read the documents. 2 years minimum, and look at the depreciation report. It'll tell you exactly what's coming down the pipeline. I don't mean to scare you, and this stuff doesn't have to be intimidating. You just have to know what the red flags look like. Let's move on to number 3, and that's buildings with poor soundproofing. This one is a bit more lifestyle based, but it does affect everything. A condo can look perfect, it can have beautiful finishings, great light, awesome layout, but you can hear every single step from above you or every late night Netflix session from next door, and it becomes stressful pretty fast. A lot of wood frame condos built during certain periods just simply weren't built with great soundproofing, and some budget built modern condos cut corners. Again, this isn't a mean avoid wood frame buildings. There are tons of amazing ones out there. It just means you should test it. Visit the unit while people are home. Evenings are best. You can sit still and listen in. You can also check the strata minutes. Noise complaints will show up there. Talk to residents in the hallway, and they'll most likely tell you the truth instantly. Concrete construction tends to be quieter, not always, but pretty often. There have been clients who moved into a beautiful condo and they have said they can literally hear everything, but at that point, there's nothing you can really do. This is an easy one to avoid, so just take your time and test the sound before writing an offer. Number 4 is bylaws that don't match your lifestyle. Bylaws aren't good or bad, they're just rules. They can absolutely affect your lifestyle if they don't match your needs. Every building has rules, but some are way more strict than others. For example, some allow pets but only up to a certain size. Some allow dogs, but not certain breeds. Some allow barbecues, some don't. Some allow AC installation, some require written approval for anything. Some allow rentals, some don't. Some may have age restrictions, 55 plus, etc., mostly in older buildings. None of these are bad, they just matter depending on your lifestyle. If you have a big dog, no pets over 20-pound bylaw can be a deal breaker. If you love summer barbecues, no barbecues allowed might feel like a huge loss. If you want to renovate, very strict bylaws can slow things down or make them impossible. So make sure the building fits your life and not the other way around. Number 5 is buying in overdeveloped or rapidly intensifying areas. This is the most subtle one and the one I see buyers overlook the most. Overdevelopment isn't bad. Growth is actually amazing, especially long term. But when one pocket becomes too dense, too fast, a few things start happening. A is resale competition increases. If your building is competing with 10 brand new buildings within a 3-block radius, buyers tend to choose the new ones. It doesn't mean your older unit won't sell, but it might take longer and require sharper pricing. B is traffic and congestion gets worse. Buyers feel this instantly. If getting in and out of the neighborhood becomes frustrating, interest can go down. And C is view loss is real. I've seen people buy a unit with a gorgeous west-facing view, only to have a rezoned lot across the street turn into a 6-story building 2 years later. Suddenly the natural light is gone, the privacy is gone, and the value can dip. Important thing here isn't avoiding development, it's understanding future development. Always check the OCP, the official community plan. It shows exactly what's coming to the area. If a field is rezoned for future townhouses or mid-rise buildings, you'll know. If a parking lot is approved for a tower, you'll also know. This is why some areas hold value incredibly well and some don't. So let's zoom out and take a look at the big picture. I'm not telling you to avoid buying a condo in Langley, not even close. Langley has some of the best condo value in the lower mainland, some of the best designed modern buildings, some of the safest neighborhoods, and some of the strongest family communities. I help people buy condos here every year, and many of those buildings are absolutely incredible investments. So why am I saying this? A few strategic checks can save you thousands of dollars, years of stress, and a ton of regret. Check the crime maps, check the building financials, check the bylaws, check the soundproofing, check what's being built around you in the next 5 years. And if you do that, condo buying becomes simple, safe, and pretty enjoyable. And if you want help navigating the Langley condo market, avoiding the buildings I never recommend, and finding something that actually fits your lifestyle and your long-term goals, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.